Morning, 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 y'all. Morning, morning, morning. Grand rising. Buenos dias. Aloha. Bonjour. Buongiorno. Okay. No. Good morning, y'all. Good morning, good morning. Grand rising. Buenos dias. Aloha. Bonjour. Buongiorno. The song of the day is Gonna Make You Mine by the SOS Band. What is this? Someone who really understands me. Alexa off. I don't know what in the world is going on here. Let's see if that works. Look, let's see if that works. How y'all doing today? Good morning. Again, good morning. Grand rising. Buenos dias. Aloha. Bonjour. Buongiorno. This is what seems to be. I don't know what's going on here, y'all. But it's not letting me get on the downside. Morning, baby. There you go. How about that? How about that? Okay, Chris. Thank you. Bang. I'm on the downside now. It's crazy because it's asking for crazy stuff now to go live. And she's live. Good morning. Buenos dias. Aloha. Do me a favor. Could you share it from your thing? Share it. From here for me. Thank you. I'm going to just go ahead and I'm a Mr. Rogers because, yeah. Look, I'm going to go ahead. Yay, yay. She said dual residency. I love it. Look, I love it. I like it. I like it a lot. Boy, see, and I told you, I promised you I was going to be a little bit, look, closer to. That's why I say ish. For some reason, like I said, this side here was trying to ask me for extras, and yeah, but we're gonna be all right. We're gonna be all right. We ain't got a chores. All right, so I'm gonna, Mr. Rogers, like I said, right quick. I hope your yesterday was good. Yesterday was okay for me. Like I said, yesterday being my mom's birthday, it was like a solemn kind of day. None of us got a chance to speak to my grandmother yesterday, not even my bio. And he called me yesterday, so it was like, okay, But everybody was in a pretty good mood so far. Even my dad, everybody was pretty good. Good morning, good morning. But I want to ask you guys a question. And it's basically, thank you for the gifts. It basically is where I want to know if you are at any time prepared to, yeah, I think I need to change that to 21. I wish I could do that and see if that'll work. But, okay. You go to work and I'm wondering if anybody is ever prepared one day if your job tells you, you know what? There were rumors of us moving. There's rumors of us leaving, and they tell you, don't worry about it. We gonna be here. We staying here. Blah blah blah. And that was on a Monday, and then by Friday you get to work, and they're letting you know, yeah, we getting ready to close, and you have a choice. One choice would be moving to the other location, same state, but an hour and a half away with no seniority. Or the second, you go to a different state, you have higher seniority and pay, but that would be your decision. And you have by the following week's end. Would you be ready to make a decision like that? And would you believe that there are jobs that do that to people? I mean, I'm giving a smaller time frame, but there are jobs that tell people, okay, yeah, we getting ready to close, and you got a choice to either come with, or you stay, or we got a little junior partner that you can rock with. Good morning, Diana. Good morning, y'all. But there are a lot of places that do that. My question again is, would you be ready? Would you be ready emotionally? Would you be ready financially? If you have a family, do you think that your family would be willing Sometimes a person would say, oh, no, my kids will go where I go. But then we have to realize that they have lives too. I'm not saying that, of course, they pay bills. I'm not saying that. But I'm just saying as far as the things that they experience on a daily basis. Like I say, they have friends. They walk around the neighborhood. They have people that they're used to. They got stores that they go to. Again, malls. And let's go back to what I say, friends. They go to school. A lot of the smaller towns too. Good morning, T-Man. A lot of the smaller towns have, let's say, schools that go from maybe kindergarten to 6th grade, and then you got 6 to 12. So these kids usually go up and glow up and grow up together. Good morning, Deborah. Good morning, Kamar. And then you say, yeah, we're going to have to leave. In order to keep your job, you're going to have to leave. Now, again, you can stay, but now that means that if you're staying, it's almost like you're starting for a new company. Good morning, Royal. Yeah, good morning, C. Good morning, Poozy. Yeah, it's almost like you're starting for a new company. Would that be something that you would be willing to do? Meaning, again, no seniority. You starting from the bottom. You got to, bid for time. You're not just like where you are now where, you could pick and choose. So would that be something that you could do? Most people would say no, especially if, as far as the moving part. If it's one person, I do believe a single person or maybe a couple, especially if the mate is like, yeah, let's go for it. A lot of times, good morning, Hercules, good morning, Marquis. A lot of times, you will have that person that'll say, I always wanted to go. It's just we never had the opportunity. So would that be an opportunity that you would take? And of course, you already realize that once the person goes, there is no turning back. Like, you can't come back. You're not going to get, good morning, Callie, you're not going to get that job again. Or you could come back, but then you would have to reapply, like brand new. Like, it's not, like you don't even have the option of, okay, listen, I made the mistake of going. Can I come back? A lot of companies don't do that. Once you go, that's it. Good morning, future Mrs. Good morning, good morning. So what would you be willing to do? Good morning, good morning. Good morning, Carol. So again, you go to work on Monday and you hear a rumor that your job is moving to another location. Or it might be under new management. You speak to your supervisor tell you, don't worry about that. No big deal. We're not going no place. This is the place. We're going to be here. Good morning, Inez. Good morning, SG. This is the place. We're going to be here. You don't have to worry about your job or anything. Security. Morning, McCoy. Morning, baby. How you doing today? Yeah, go ahead, security, because I don't even have the option right now. Good morning, Mama. Good morning. Thank you. Thank you. Good morning, HQ. So, good morning, Dawn. Morning, baby. How you doing, babes? How's it going? Morning, lovey. Morning, babe. Hi, sis. How you feeling? We in one of them mornings today. We definitely disco. Good morning, blessed and praying for the rest. I know that's right. Good. We gotta be. That's what it's about. Definitely gotta make sure that we praying for the people. We have to. It definitely makes a huge difference. Sometimes it works. Other people just, those that it don't work on, we can't worry about them. We gotta move on. We gotta move on. Morning, Rays. Morning. Yes, good morning, Diamond. So, the song of the day again was "Gonna Make You Mine." So I'm gonna make y'all mine. Could you please tap those hearts up there? Could you please tap those screens for me? If y'all can on this side, if you could give some stars or even tap or put some comments, I appreciate you. Oh, and repost it. Yeah, repost it, please. Good morning, Flower. So, again, the song of the day was Loose Ends, Gonna Make You Mine. And today's topic is, you go to work on Monday, you hear a rumor, right? I'm good, baby. I thank you for coming, sis. I appreciate you. We still got to talk because, we got things to do. We got things to do, girl. You go to work on Monday, you hear a rumor that your job is moving. And you talk to your supervisor say, nah, nothing going on. But we already know how that works, right? We already know how that works, girl. What? Girl, do you math debate your pool C, please? What? Maybe I went to a good school and just don't understand what the people are writing nowadays. Look. I don't know what they teaching in school nowadays, but I don't know none of that. Morning, Venom. Morning. You need to come on this other side, because there be some beasts over here. I wish you could get them. Look, I wish you could get them. Oh, no, I not do that. When you say it faster, that's one of them kind of things. No, Bo. Look, no, Bo. Wait, where that thing at? Oh, dag, she put him out. She don't be playing. Look, she don't be playing. Good morning, Terry. Good morning, Luca. Good morning, y'all. So again, you go to work on Monday. You talk to your supervisor again because you heard a rumor that your job is getting ready to leave. Your supervisor tell you, nah, your job ain't going nowhere. Don't you worry about it. Good morning, Philly Phil. You gonna be here. Next thing you know, emergency meeting. Supervisor comes out and goes, yeah. So I have something that I want to share with you guys. Morning, Val. Morning, baby. Morning. So the supervisor says, listen, we are closing. We moving. Morning, Remy. Morning. And says to you, you got a choice. You could stay here. Morning. You could stay here, y'all. Same state, but the where you going is an hour and a half away. Thank you for the follow. Thank you. And you have no seniority. So again, now you're getting ready to drive an hour and a half from where you used to drive, and you don't have any seniority. Good morning, thank you for the follow. Or you go to a different state, you get higher seniority and higher pay. Good morning, Tia. Good morning. And you got this decision to make by end of next week. What y'all doing? Morning, Roberto. Morning, y'all. Morning. Morning, Tia. Again, morning. What y'all doing? Now, I was asking, is anybody ready for that? Is that something that you feel that you could just get up and do? Like I told you, if it's a couple, if one of them says, come on, let's go, and the other one ain't working, you don't have a choice, right? I mean, respectfully. Look, respectfully. If we go down here, we getting ready to be balling, meaning we getting ready to make a little bit more money. I got more seniority, or I keep my seniority. If you've been in a place for 10 or 15 years, and then somebody tells you, yeah, we getting ready to change. Hey, McCoy, yes, we getting ready to change. And we getting ready to, fix up some things where this place ain't going to exist anymore. But if you go over there, they're not going to, you stay where you are. A lot of people over there don't have as much time as you have. And because you moving over there, you getting ready to get more money. Would that be a decision that you would make? Or, like I say, you can stay here, but this place is closing. And you getting ready to drive a whole hour and a half away. And no seniority, but the same pay. Now, if you already struggling here, imagine how much money you getting ready to spend on gas, right? You're not here in the comfort zone of, like, say, your home. There's a lot of times people work close enough to home where they can go home and eat. They could have their family come and bring them food. I mean, a lot of people door dashing and all of that, but I'm just saying personal dash is different. Like, you got somebody that's home that's like, oh, we just had Chinese food, or we just had this, that, the other thing, and can bring you something. Or they ordered you food. Is company paying for the moving expense? Nope. They're not paying for nothing. But when you get there, you getting ready to get more money. So that my thing is, are you prepared? Is anybody prepared for that? A lot of these companies do this, like I'm telling you, and it's crazy. I have somebody that I know now that's going through it, but I believe that their commute is, about an hour and a half. But there are ways that you could fix it as far as if you take public transportation. You just put, to me, when you take public transportation, you put so much at risk. I don't mean it that way in a thing. I mean your sanity. Some people lose their religion because they cuss. Some people lose everything on that public transportation. It is crazy. Good morning, Elizabeth. Good morning, good morning. Thank you for the likes. Thank you, y'all. So, is that something that you would be willing to do? Like myself, if right now my company say you got to skedaddle, yeah, that wouldn't work. That happened to us. We moved from Queens to Long Island, right? And you're going to move for the same pay. Look. We not, the job is, we move. That happened to me before too. It happened but one time it happened, it was very convenient because they moved around the corner. Another time it happened, it moved where you didn't have to spend a little bit extra money on public transportation. But if you get in the same monies, and again, you already meeting ends, how do that work when your expenses are now getting a little bit more steep? A lot of people, like as far as savings is concerned, they dipping into savings now because everything's so high. I was saying to y'all before about making sure that you, how can I say this politically correct without sounding crazy? Make sure that you guys use all of the resources that you can to get the things that you need to survive. A lot of times people have too much pride for certain things, right? I would never go there, and I would never do this, and I would never do that. Can I ask you a question? What do you think thrifting is? What is thrifting? That's using somebody else's stuff, right? But if you go to the church and you get fresh food or brand new food, or you go to the little pantry and you get fresh food or brand new food, what's the difference? But again, it's fresh is because it's coming from a pantry. You just went to a secondhand store to buy clothes. So when people say things, you got to make it make sense. How are you too proud to eat? That doesn't make sense to me. Never be too proud to eat. How you going to worry about what somebody else said? Nobody else does anything for you as far as paying your bills, filling your refrigerator, making sure you're getting back and forth to work. Sometimes, again, if those ends don't meet, what are you supposed to do? Good morning, Mercedes. What are you supposed to do? This is your expenses, and this is where you at. If there's a way that you can help yourself, why wouldn't you help yourself? Good morning, Black Beauty. Good morning, good morning. I understand the pride thing, but y'all got to put pride aside when it comes to living and every day. I mean, again, to each his own. That's why they say, make sure that you're able to come. That's what the churches are for. That's what the pantries are for. Some of them they're not even putting food and stuff into because people are not going because of pride. But then you have certain areas that the lines are super long and they don't have enough for those people. Pride and ego are two of the deadly sins. I'm telling you, McCoy, it's crazy. I told you I know somebody that goes to every church and pantry in their area. The persons, they have people that work, but again, if this is your expenses and this is what you're making, but included in your expenses is food and you can reduce that, why would you not do that? To keep your money here and your expenses here. Why would you not do that? Like, where does the math not math? I'm just asking. And again, even with moving to someplace else, of course, you might have to learn different ways and different things. But if I'm making more money, and for right now, we might have to work with this for a little while. How about that helps you get a little bit more familiar with your town, your area where you move to? Some people are religious, so you might find a church that you might want to join. You might find a little center that you might want to take advantage of. You understand what I'm saying? So there is so much more that comes from that act of, let me just go and see what they have. Sometimes you don't even have to take, sometimes people just go to see. Let me just see. Discussing it with Lance, we were moving to Arizona. I was offered a job at the University of New Mexico, teaching in the district schools in Arizona. I already had 2 jobs. I could teach middle school. Oh, shoot. I could teach middle school. In Arizona and teach at the university in the evening classes. They were less than an hour away, and Arizona was paying for my moving. See? And Lance had a job interview at several places. See? Again, 2, when you move, make sure that you set yourselves up. If you have a mate, and that is something that they are willing to do, set them up. Make sure that they got their little stuff together too, because you don't want it to be as though the person feels that we're moving, but you're the guy or you're the girl. You understand? Thank you, Remy. Thank y'all for the love. Thank y'all for the heart means. Thank you. I appreciate you. We want everybody, when we move, we want it to be that we did this, not just that one person. It's going to be stressful enough because you had to move because maybe the main bread and butter, right, had to up and go. But the point still being is y'all doing this together. Now, I'm always one of those type of people too that figure you moving someplace new, that's someplace different. You wouldn't even have to really worry about vacations and stuff. When you move to new places, you are now at this point being able to explore where you move to. You get what I mean? You could take road trips to different places that you've moved to. You could, go to different towns, different cities, different counties, see what they have to offer. And it's not that you're trying to move there, but now you're getting familiar with things. Sometimes you can live, just giving New York as an example. New York is one of those type of places that each borough offers something. Every borough offers something. So now, if you go to Manhattan or you go to the city, you know what you're going there for. A lot of people going there for Broadway, for the shows and that type of thing. And it's not even 42nd Street, Midtown or downtown or whatever. People just go to Manhattan because that's the thing. It's Manhattan. You find your Manhattan. Find your area that there's something going on and you see what's going on there. Then you go to the next county. You see what they got to offer there. This way, once you start getting familiar, you say, okay, I chose this place. I like this spot. Let me stay here. You live here, but you could go there. And because you already know where everything is, you learning the lay of the land, then it's not a problem. So that's why I say, always keep yourself open to new opportunities. And never think of them as being a negative thing unless it's something that you know in your heart that you don't want to do. Sometimes people don't want to do something and they'll do it anyway and then regret it. If you've already talked to yourself 1,000 times, again, in a lot of these situations, some people would even have to quit. Like, you know what? Let me just go. I worked for a company. They kept saying that they were going to close, but they kept hiring people, which is crazy. And let the people know we could be closing any day now. So they hire you, but then tell you any day you could lose your job. So, okay, that's kind of taking things, kind of taking your life in your hands at that point, right? Because what happens? Oh, come on. Yeah. So then what happens? So again, I took the job. That was in like a June. Time passed. November came, the store was supposed to close in November, but it didn't close. So it was like, okay, now we got it. Then time passed a little bit more, and boom, COVID came. When I tell you COVID was such a blessing and a curse at the same time, why would the store close now? They making money. And they say, why would I want to be beefing and I can make this money? Why would I want to be beefing when I can make this money? Ha! Why would I want to be beefing when I can make this money? So yeah, I made sure I was at that job every day. I told y'all I became a supervisor within 2 months. So yeah, you're going to make money from being the supervisor and the cashier. We getting ready to get this. Right? Why I'm going to be beefing when I could be stacking this bread. And that's what I did. I just made sure that and then from there, I took the opportunity and I moved it on to another place. to be honest with you. Yeah, I couldn't take it anymore. But what I'm telling you is, always make sure that you take opportunities. They do present themselves. And like I say, initially I didn't want to move from there. I always wanted to be a person that I loved Maryland as a kid because my aunt moved there, and she's always been an inspiration to me. I already told y'all I wouldn't tell her that, but she's always been an inspiration to me. So a lot of times things that she did, I used to be like, ooh, okay, I'm gonna see what I can do. Now, I moved there, but the area that I moved in wasn't, how can I say, it was far away from everything. It wasn't the city. It wasn't like real country like, but it wasn't, you know, it had things to do. I met some good people, but it wasn't what I was used to. Now, where I am now, everything is city. Everything is every corner you turn, there's something to do. Not saying that that's a good thing, but I'm used to that. One of my things was the cold. That cold was killing me. I couldn't. The snow and the cold was basically two of the things that kind of took me out. But for the most part, I do believe that I had enough and I was ready to go. And the crazy thing was, when I left, because the store, I told you I was supposed to be closing. When I left, the store was still open. But I had to make a decision. Do I want to stay here and risk losing a job and trying to find another job and trying to make sure that I'm going to be okay? Or should I just take a chance, since I've found someplace else, to get another job, a better job with more money, and in a place that I wanted to be? So like I say, there were so much positives in the decision that I made. And that's why I did it. So do you guys think that you have the opportunity? Do you guys think that you are ready for that opportunity if it presents itself? Do you think that you could just up and move? If your job gave you a month, I said a week, but if your job gave you a month, because a week, they're going to give you that time off so you can move from here to there. So that's your week. Yeah, they're going to let you know, should that be something that you're interested in? And then, too, I would think it is an advantage and an opportunity for somebody who has seniority in a company, because how we did things here might not be how they did things over there. They might see your work ethic over here and be like, let me see what you got going on. And then you might become the supervisor. Not saying that you want to do that, because a lot of people don't want to be the supervisor. A lot of people don't like being the supervisor. I liked it to a certain extent, but when you got to do both jobs, it seemed like the people that you work with don't respect you when you the supervisor. But y'all cool when y'all on the same, and that's the only thing I don't like. That's that I don't like. That's the only thing. Good morning, Blossom. Dawn said, my mother wound up in the hospital in a diabetic coma, so we didn't go. And a week later, Kevin told us, thank you for the information. He and Denise moved to Arizona, and Lance was like, why would your mother tell them we were moving to Arizona? You sister. But I don't understand. I mean, Arizona is a big state, so why would it make a difference who lives there? I mean, because you did say that before, but I don't know. I would have still went. Who's going to, like, nobody should stop your show. Did they get the job you were supposed to get? Did he take Lancer's job? That's why I'm trying to say, if it was something that they took something away from you, I could definitely get that. Did she get the teaching job that you were supposed to get? Is she now teaching the middle school and the college? And does Kevin have the job that Lance was supposed to get? That's where the important part is. Because there's nothing that should stop you because somebody else is mimicking you. That should actually be a flex for you. That should actually be like, okay, I'm that girl that everybody's following behind what I'm doing. That's what that should have been. Look at me. Look at the trend I set. There's a lot of people. I know a lot of people that'll move from one state and move to another, and I'll have like 4 or 5 people follow right behind them. And then they'll be like, nah, we just came here. And you know better. So that's what I'm saying. What did they take that would cause you not to go? And again, you go someplace, you don't have to, in a big state too, You don't even have to be bothered with people like that. That's why I say here, I got plenty of family here. We spread out. Hell, I had family that lived right around the corner from me when I lived in New York, and we never saw each other. Yeah, unless I went to their house. They never came to mine. So that's what I'm saying. There's no excuse not to fulfill something because somebody else is doing what you're doing. Look at this. There's plenty of people that do this, and then how about the people that come on here and be disrespectful and tell me I shouldn't even be on here? I don't listen to what them people say. I'm going to do what I want to do because I want to do it. Yeah. That's when that good charade said, who going to check me, boo? Who going to check me, boo? Nobody should be able to check you but you. I'm telling you, when it comes to life decisions, the only person that could check you is you. I'm not going to have nobody. If that was the case, I wouldn't even move from New York. I'd still be sitting in New York. Yeah, and it's not that I didn't appreciate it. Yeah, I liked it. But a lot of people say, when you're there, if you never leave from there, how do you know what life outside of there is? How do you know? Not saying that it's not a good place to be. That's not what I'm saying. But a lot of people are there and can't really make it. And they just surviving. Like I say, you got your expenses and then what you make it. Why not go someplace that's going to help you survive, save a little bit? This is what you're making, and this is what you got going on. You might move someplace else, and this might be what you got going on, and this is what you're making. You got to make it. You got to do and got to make some changes sometimes in order to prosper. That's why I say with this thing, I'm definitely on my, what's the name in Whitehead? Ain't no stopping me now. It doesn't make sense now. Once you start investing, you can't take it back. No backsies. Look, there's no backsies now. Did you hear that, McCoy? No backsies. You can't leave. Y'all can't go now. Remy, or y'all, you're done. You're here. You're here with me. Like my bestie. You are here. Thank y'all for the follows. Thank you. So again, welcome to my morning banter. My name is Sunny Day. I'm here every day. And like I say, good morning, Kay. Good morning. Wait, I'm going to say what you say. Good morning, Love Bug. I know somebody else. Courtney Think Pink. I love him. Look, I love he. Good morning, Chris. Yeah, he says that too. So again, today's song is going to make you mine. And it's loose ends. And the topic of today is you go to work on Monday and hear a rumor that your job is moving to another location. You have two choices that you can make. One, the same state, but an hour and a half away and no seniority. The second, a different state, high seniority and higher pay. You have a week to make this decision. Do you believe that you're in that position to do so? Yeah, at this stage of the game, for me, no. But I think that's only because there's no other state that I really want to go to. You know what I mean? Yeah, I did that. They tried to get me to come to Arizona. I was like, no ma'am, no sir, no ma'am. I'm not, I love the heat. Trust me, I love the sun, but that's it. I love the heat and the sun. Certain places you can't even go outside. And now I realize that the sun damaging my eyes, so that's not a good thing. Yeah. So, that's the only problem. That's basically it. We were moving to get away. And on drama, I was going to be working at a school for special education, like the school DJ attendant, and Kevin made it to Arizona Sunday night, and I'm on Monday morning. Oh, okay. So again, the place that you were going to work was some place that they were going to be. I don't get it. Again, I lived around the corner from my cousin, around the corner, and never saw them. So that's where I'm still going with this. I hear what you're saying. Trust me, I hear what you're saying. But they made the move and you didn't. And you cannot say I didn't go because somebody else did what I wanted to do. That's like saying somebody else is fulfilling your dreams and that's why you're not dreaming. Don't do that. Where my spirit takes me, that's where I'll be. Amen to that. Where my spirit takes me, Where my spirit takes me is where I'm going to be. When I tell you I was not playing with these people when I was in that good Maryland and I just couldn't take it anymore. No. I caught my dad and my stepmother almost in tears. I couldn't take it. No, I couldn't. And the thing is, it was comfortable. Yeah, my grandmother's there. One or two people, like as far as family members, were there. But I couldn't. I couldn't. And so I had to make a decision to come to another state by myself. Yeah, everybody wants to run away from drama. But again, drama will follow you if you lead it to where you are. Again, if you don't talk to people and they don't talk to you, why would you even have to be bothered with those people if you're someplace else? You get what I'm saying? That's my only thing. I've been down here and I know that there's a lot of people down here that I could probably link up with, but no, it's okay. Beezus! Morning, baby. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Let me tell you something. We ain't got that much time left in this dimension. We don't have a lot of time in this dimension. So you got to take that time and do what it is. You understand what I'm saying? So at this point, this stage in the game, we have to learn. Thank y'all for the heart. Thank you. I appreciate you. We got to get to these points in life that, like I said, nobody else could drive your car. Nobody else should be driving your car. I mean, I was like that since I was younger. I allowed people to do stuff for a little while, but then when I realized that sometimes people do things to hurt you because they realize that you're not going to do anything. Yeah. Let me go ahead and do this because I know they're not going to do nothing. I'm not going to stop. Again, that's like these people down here, some of them, that come in the room, they say all kinds of stuff, you this, you that, you the other thing. If I was to worry about what they say doing, I'm telling you, I wouldn't even be here. Do you understand? I got tough skin. I've been to places so much to where you listen. Okay, so let me say this once again. I got put out of holy places. You think I give a good god darn what anybody got to say about me and to me? Not at all. Yeah. Yes. Okay? Yeah. And not just one time, more than one time. Yeah, that's only because I like to ask questions. Yeah, that's the only reason why. Nothing bad. Nothing disrespectful. I wasn't disrespectful. But yeah, I'm not going to let nobody stopping me from being me. Nobody going to stop me from being me. Not these churn, not these racists, not these ignorant people. None of them. None of them. If I'm not what you like, I'm not your tea, I'm not your coffee, your M&Ms, your cough drop, whatever it is that you prefer. If I'm not that, you don't have to be here. You actually don't. Look. You actually don't. I didn't say click on here. I do ask you guys to follow me, though. Follow. Yeah, I do ask y'all follow. I do ask y'all like. I do ask y'all share, repost. But you don't have to if you don't want to. Why are you here? Morning, y'all. Morning, cat lady. Good morning, y'all. Good morning, CBC. I got to move this thing so I can CBC. Morning. Yes. So, y'all, stop letting people. Yes. Stop letting people run your lives. Stop letting people make y'all their muse because they puppeteering you. They making you do what they want. You not living your life when you living it through what somebody else is doing to you. Like I said, if I was to live my life through what other people have done for me or done to me, there'd be so many things that I would not have done. And one of them is opening my mouth. Good and positive vibes only, please and thank you. Okay. Okay. Yeah, get them, girl. If they come in here on some flyness, just get them out. Yeah, I'm not in for it today. Yeah. That's the vibes that we on. Yeah, we don't. Who has time for foolishness? You got time to be here to be nasty? You're not even going to be here that long. Why would you? And when I say here, I mean in the room. Ha! When I say here, I mean in the room. Because the first nasty thing you say, you're going to be bounced out. So I would like to be someplace that is comfortable, is open, is, the people are welcoming. Yeah, I'd like to be there. Morning. Oh, good morning, Constance. Good morning. How you doing today, baby? Yeah. Thank you for joining. My name is Sunny Day. I'm here every day. And this is my morning banter. Yes, yes. Every day we talk about different things, and today one of the life stories that we're talking about is if your job told you that we not moving, and then they turn around and tell you we are moving. You got a week to decide. You stay here, drive an hour and a half, and no seniority, or you can go ahead and move with the rest of the place to another state. You get higher seniority and higher pay. You keep your seniority rather and higher pay. In that other place, then people don't have as much time as you. Do we feel that we prepared to do so? Yeah. Like I said, me, look at me, and that's only because I've landed in my soft spot. Like I'm where I want to be. Cause it's where I want to be, y'all. Yeah, this is where I want to be. I like the heat. Like I say, I like the sun. Unfortunately, the sun is doing a number on my eyes, but I'm taking care of that too. But is that something that you would be prepared to do? And if you're married or if you have children, do you think that your family would be like, okay, I'm coming? Or do you think that you would have some of them people? I know somebody that decided that they was leaving, and everybody was gone, and they child at the last minute was like, yeah, I already discussed it with the grandparents. I'm staying with them. Could you imagine? You make arrangements for your whole family, and your child turn around and tell you, yeah, I'm not going with you. I'm staying here with Nana and Papa. I'm not going nowhere with you. Not in that manner. They're not disrespectful with it, but how would you feel about that? And your parents, oh, I thought that they discussed that with you. That's most parents. I thought they talked to you about that. No, howdy eyes. I don't have no coffee. Good morning, Coach Funny. Yeah, my coffee cold. Can't even rock with it right now. Yeah. Could you imagine? I would be so like... Now, of course, we already know that grandparents are so lenient, except when they've had it. Usually they good till they've had it. So hopefully if you got those kind of kids that's real helpful and they doing stuff that they supposed to do, then you don't have to worry about them phone calls like, ooh, they gonna be on the next plane next week, because we ain't. We not. I know some kids like that too. My mother just died on August 8th. I was due in Arizona by August 20th, and we buried my mom on the 15th. It left Thomas in trouble because he received a letter. He was, and we would help him get back on his feet and bill collect. Oh, okay. Now that's nice. You made a sacrifice for your family. No, that's a sacrifice that you made for your family. To douse your dreams, to stay, to help somebody else, that's definitely a sacrifice. So hats off to you. Hats off. I'm going to give you your point. Yeah. I'm sorry that, again, like I say, your life and your dreams, y'all, are extremely, extremely important. And one of the things that happens when it comes to certain things, as long as it's nothing crazy or silly, that's not what we're here for. But you, oh, I get it. That's the same. Okay, ha! I get it now. You know why? I get it. 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 But yeah, sorry. Look, yeah, sorry. Good morning, D'Angelo. These people know they're crazy. Yo, when I tell you they come from nowhere, I get it now. I know exactly. Yes, child. They say, you be like, we made it, mama. Beezus, Chris, Beezus, we there. Kay, we there. Yeah, we there, McCoy. We there. We with the people now, y'all. Up top, we don't have as many folks that come in and do foolishness as they do on the bottom. But yeah, we made it on the bottom. Started from the bottom, now we're here. Anyway. At this point in my life, I don't think that I want to do too much more moving around. It's because it's exhausting too. Like I say, trying to get used to different places, trying to get used to different people, again, and live in situations. One of the things that I say is never say never. I didn't live in a building my entire life. I lived in a house. And then I moved into a building that was like a 3-family. And then from 3-family, it just went out of control from there, right? My thing is this. It's not that I don't mind, because there's less maintenance, right, when you live in an apartment. But when you live in an apartment, it's so much that you have to deal with, because everybody doesn't take care of their property, meaning inside of their apartment, like you do. How about people don't take care of the outside of their apartment like you do? People, again, I told y'all, anybody that could walk around, you allow people to the stairs. Why are you on the stairs, like, relieving yourself, right? Or why would you let your animals just relieve themselves in the hallway or on the stairs? Or how about on the sidewalk? You don't even take them to the grass. How about they got poles outside with bags that they provide you with, because you already paying for them. You're paying rent for the dog. So if you're paying rent for the dog, that means the little bags and stuff that they got out there are for you and your dog, right? Why would you not use that? Why would you not? That's the only reason why I don't like being in a building. Moving from a building to a home, yes. But moving from state to state, I think I'm done. Like I said, I'm where I want to be as far as my landing spot. Yeah. And both of my kids that already said that they would never, yeah, we won't do that either. That's a lot of times when them kids be like, I'm not coming. And then they be right there. Look, they be right there. Yeah, hands down. Mom, yeah, it's all good though. I appreciate them here. I do. It gets to the point where, again, they're learning different things too. Like I said, when you grow up in one state and you move to another state, you see how things work. I worked in New York for years, and then I worked in Maryland and work here to see the ethic, to see the difference, to see that there's things that happen in other states that can never go down in the NYC. I said that years ago. The things that a lot of these other states are doing when it comes to jobs, when it comes to working, when it comes to the supervisors, yeah, that would never fly in New York. No, never. Never. And I do believe that's why a lot of these places don't like unions, because they always say that, a union going to save your job, especially if they know that you're a good worker. These people down here don't care whether you good workers or not. If you do something that they don't like, they would like you to leave. Like them people came to us at the little place and asked us, we'd like you to leave. Yeah. 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 That's how that works. They don't care. Told you, I had a homegirl that used to go to work every day, and I know she was top notch every day that she went to work. I know she was top notch. Yep. Supervisor got mad one day because everybody kept telling her, oh, them shoes is bad. Where you get them shoes from? No, them shoes is nice. Where you get them shoes from? That supervisor was sick of hearing that her shoes was nice. That next day, yeah, she found everything she could that was wrong with her work from 3 months ago. Oh, yeah, you didn't dot your I. And on this one, you didn't cross your T. And on this one right here, you misspelled the word. Yeah, so we're going to have to ask you to leave. And all because I look nice. Yeah, that's how that works. A lot of these states, and that's why, again, that's why they don't have unions. That's why. It's not about everybody talking about some, oh, because they want, no. They don't want you to keep a job. That's what that is. Somebody was saying to me the other day, a lot of people down here don't want to work. I believe it, but why would I want to go to work when tomorrow I can go to work and the supervisor say something, fly, and then I lose my job? Yeah. That's how that works. Another thing, too, you would have to worry about in the case like this is, who from your old job going to be there? Who from your old job made the same decisions that you made? Is it going to be people that you was cool with on your job at one point? Is it people that you weren't cool with? Like, how does that work? Unbelievable at will state. Yes. Yep. Now, even when you get to this other place that y'all down at the low. Y'all at the lowest on the totem pole now, because everybody else got more seniority because they've been at this place. Now you might even have to rock with people that you never spoke to before. Happy Tuesday. Happy. Good morning. Yeah. So is that something that you guys are going to be like, oh my goodness, I should have made that other decision? Is it more money or is it peace of mind? What is it that you prefer? I would take more money for a peace of mind. You understand? I would take the more money for it. You might have to sacrifice. That's why I told y'all you could go to them places. Again, expenses, what you making when you move. Right? Because at this point, when you first move, you're going to be using some of that money. What you're making, you're going to be using it. So, yeah. Now, of course, as you stay there for a while, you realize everything is getting on the even keel. You don't already caught up on all of those bills that you had to pay for moving. Now, again, expenses, what you making? But in the meantime, in between time, that's what I'm telling you. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you for the love, too. Thank you for the roses. Thank you. And the spin and the fingers. Thank you. Yay. You enjoy the rest of your day as well, beautiful. I appreciate you. So, what y'all gonna do? And like I say, a lot of times we have them co-workers that we don't be bothered with. Now you gonna have to talk to them co-workers to find out who's doing what you doing. Yeah, who's doing what you doing? Are we going to the same places or are we not? Did you decide that you get ready to make that extra money? Or are you going to be one of those types? Are you remember I tell y'all some co-workers don't bother with nobody. They just move in silence. Are you going to be one of those types that you just going to move because you was already wanting to move anyway? Now this is best for you. You didn't say nothing. You just moved quietly. Now you're making more money. Everything is good. And then these other people come in and be like, oh, snaps. You didn't say nothing. You just look at them like, yeah, we wasn't cool like that. If I didn't talk to you then, don't think that... If I didn't talk to you back there, don't think that because the environment changed that I've changed. That's not going to happen. Yeah. Some people are like that. Then some people will be like, okay, I'll give them a chance. Because, again, we all come from the same place. You want that familiarity. Some people don't care. But, how, like I said, how would you feel? Are you moving? Are you staying? I'm not going to stay for less pay and no seniority. That doesn't make sense. Look how much time you put into. You put 10, 15 years into some place. And then they tell you that's all lost, but you can stay here. Nah, I'm good. And again, you driving an hour and a half. It's not like you in the same location. Now, again, what's getting ready to change? Everything. Because now you got to add that extra hour and a half, 3 hours, to your day for traveling. You're not going to be able to be in one of those places. Like I said, if you were close enough to home before that you can go home for lunch or have somebody bring you lunch, that's not going to happen. Now what? Yeah. Do you believe that you're financially able to make those decisions? Listen to what I said. Financially able. Sometimes people aren't mentally ready, but again, it's faith, not sight. Right? Sometimes you have to take a leap. Sometimes you have to take that leap. Because again, how would you know what's different if you don't try different or do different? You're doing the same mundane things every day. And you think that something's going to change? It's not. Like I say, when you move from one place to another, look at how much you can do. You sightsee in the new place that you've been. Why would you have to spend money to go on a vacation when you could be on a staycation and get to learn different areas where you live? Look at that. Look how much money that you saved. Of course, that also helps you get your stuff together. Good morning, Wendy Williams. That also gave you the opportunity of getting your stuff together right inside of the home. Let me see what else that they got going on around here. Yeah, you get to know your neighborhood. Get to know, like I said, the different places that you can go that you liked when you were in your place. A lot of people like certain parks, right? Now you can find a park. Again, like I told you, places of worship. There's a lot of places that do flea markets. Some people do, some people don't. But find those type of things. Get yourself acclimated with the area. Good morning, Donald. But don't, you make the time how can I say it? Be useful, or fill in that time usefully, right? Make sure that, again, everything that you're doing is for a reason. Once they give you the option and they tell you, make sure, again, on your day off, go to that area. Drive to the place. Go on Google, too. That's another thing, too. Go on Google and look for, like, put the address of the place in, right? And then from there, they give you the street view. Start walking around, or just tap the screen so it could go to different places so you can see what's going on in those different places. That gets you acclimated with the area too. At least this way you'll be like, oh, okay, I remember where this is. I remember where that is. I'm not good with directions a lot of the time. Just tell me left or right. That north, west, south, east, all of that. We're not doing that. Is she going right or is she going left? Please and thank you. Good luck, please and thank you. But go on Google Maps. Definitely it'll tell you everything that you need to know about an area. Also, do the there's a search that you could also do online that tells you about the area as far as crime is concerned, the parks in the area, the restaurants in the area, where the precinct and the fire department is. So look for those, type of things. Some people like Linda, good morning. Some people like to be in certain areas. If you have kids, you want to be closer to the schools, right? Or closer to things that kids can walk to, like a store or a strip mall, depending. Because sometimes you don't want your kids in no strip mall every day because you'll be broke. Like I say, you can't have your expenses and then how much you make and then your expenses because you live closer. I had an aunt that used to live behind a mall, and boy, oh my God. I know that she was absolutely broke with 4 girls. And she liked to shop too. Ridiculous. My school had 3 teachers who moved to New York to become teachers in New York because they would be making more money. And they get a great stipend for housing. They didn't realize that it costs more to live in New York. So it turned out they were getting more money, but had, less money to spend because of the cost of housing and food. Yeah. Missy Lane came from Arizona, had a teacher from her school send her a job application. Ooh, filled it out before the end of the school year. Sometimes, man. Yeah, I mean, again, like I said, it's just taking that leap. How about, again, to see what it's about? Let me see if I like it. If you don't take the chance, you'll never know whether it's something that you can. They say too, a lot of places, if you can make it there, you can make it anywhere. That's what they say. That came from Frankie, Mr. Sinatra. He said, if you can make it there, you can make it anywhere. So that means that Missy Lane, when she go back to Arizona, she getting ready to make the most of everything. She gonna know how to budget and put everything together. It's going to be no question that if she was to ever go back, she would know how to survive. And that's the whole thing. It's about survival. That's why it's called the concrete jungle. Yeah. The concrete jungle. If you can't get out of there, if you don't know how to finagle or move, them tribes will get you. If not tribes, the animals. Something going to get you if you're not doing right. Morning, Jen. It could be you being your worst enemy because you want to be just complacent. You understand what I'm saying? Let's not do that to ourselves, which, again, talking ourselves out of being our best is crazy. Never do that. Tomorrow's World of Entertainment Wednesday. What you watching? And, yeah. Got some, it's sad, but, we all getting older, so, yeah. We're going to talk about some celebrities and some celebrity news, usually on the World of Entertainment Wednesday. But I thank you guys for joining me today. Like I say, I cannot do this without you. It always means the worlds to me. This means worlds to me. And on a daily basis, I tell you guys that I could not do this without you. I like talking to myself, but I love talking to y'all. And this, second to none, this is like my best part of the day, besides my radio. Look, besides my radio, y'all know, and there's sometimes that after I leave y'all, I feel like there's a void. Like, you understand? Yeah, I feel that. I'm up to 2. I got one more. And again, that's that corny love. This one is in love today. If you could see. Wonder what y'all did. Oh. Yeah. So I want y'all to enjoy the rest of the day. Happy, healthy, safe Tuesday. One of the things that I tell you all the time is they block the sun. They block the sun. They don't want nobody to see it. They don't want the sun to shine. But one thing I will say is y'all, the rays, y'all always come through. And I thank y'all for coming through. I thank y'all for shining. I couldn't do this without you guys. I'm telling you. Enjoy the rest of the day. And thank y'all. I'll see you tomorrow. And if you need me, let me know. Like I said, World of Entertainment Wednesday. Yeah, Bart, he was kind of quiet today. He didn't even show y'all puppy love. You going to give them puppy love before they leave? No? Okay, he just stuck his tongue out at me, so apparently not. Live in light, live and laugh, live in love, like I tell y'all every day. And again, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Sometime tomorrow, about 7:35. 7:35. I was kind of good today, 7:35 to 8:35. And like I said, this part down here just wouldn't let me connect, but we've arrived. We arrived. Oh, what I was saying, if World of Entertainment Wednesday with them what you watchings, please send some more Ray's picks. I got some more for y'all. I do have a Ray pick this week too. Yeah, I got a Ray pick this week. So again, enjoy the rest of your day. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys, and like I told you before, I can't do this without you. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right? Thank you again. Thank you for the follows, y'all. Thank you for the love, and I'll definitely see you guys mañana. Mañana. Te amo mañana. All right? Love.